Okay, we have 4 more to go. If I do that, then this sister will not able to give her the homework she's doing. So can Sister Pek Lane do her thing first before I think of continuing? Is that okay?
Yeah, can, no problem. Okay, tutorial question 2010. Buddha has given a clear guideline to identify the true doctrine. Discuss this statement right with reference to the Kalama Sutta. Okay, so Buddhism stand out unique among the religion of the world as one which, actually this one I copy directly from our book, because I find it's quite good. So number one is not only permit but encourages free and open inquiries into its doctrine and tenets. Number two is demand a critical approach to acceptance of its principle. Number three is reject dogma and authority as basis for reposing faith in this doctrine. Number four is reject uncritical faith and bigotry as attributes of exemplary discipleship. And number five, undervalue rites and ritual as a path to liberation. In fact, Buddha has given a very clear guideline to identify the true doctrine. Now we're going to discuss this statement with reference to the Kalama Sutta. A unique aspect of this sutta is that the Buddha, he addresses a general audience or spiritual seeker, whereas in most sutta, the Buddha actually speaks directly to his own follower. Now, in this sutta, the Buddha addresses to a group of people, the Kalamas of Kesapata, who are actually not his follower. And in fact, they are also not familiar with his teaching. So the Kalama was actually telling the Buddha that actually many monks and Brahmins, they too come to Kesaputta, and they also expound and explain only their own doctrine. The doctrine of others, they will despise, revile, and pull to pieces. The Kalama have doubts, uncertainty in them concerning their teaching, for they do not know who actually spoke the truth and who spoke falsehood. So they came to sought the Buddha's advice because they have heard so much about Buddha and that he's a wise person. So Buddha then gave the following advice, which is treated as unique in the history of religion. How to deal with doubtful matters. So Buddha actually advised them how to deal with it. So Buddha presents 10 criteria explaining why one should not accept something solely based on, number one, so altogether there's 10. Number one, the report or tradition. Don't accept something merely because it has been passed down through generations or because it's a popular belief. This includes prophecy, revelations, and cultural myth. Number two, lineage or received wisdom. Don't accept teachings simply because they come from a respected lineage or tradition. Even long-standing tradition should be examined critically. Number three, hearsay. Don't believe something just because it's widely repeated or because everyone says so. Popular opinion isn't necessarily the truth. Number four, scriptural authority. Don't accept something solely because it's written in religious texts or sacred scripture. Even religious texts should not be subject to critical examination. should be subject to critical examination. Number 5, pure logic. Don't rely exclusively on logical reasoning, as logic alone can be manipulated to support various conclusions without empirical validation. Number 6, inference and deduction. Don't accept something merely because it seems to follow logically from others' belief. Deductive reasoning needs to be supported by direct experience. Number 7, reasoned thoughts. Don't accept something simply because it appears reasonable or makes sense at first glance. Initial impression can be very misleading. Number 8, agreement with a considered theory. Don't accept something just because it aligns with your pre-existing view or preferred theory. Personal bias can cloud judgment. Number 9, seeming possibility. Don't accept something merely because it seems possible or because someone appears competent. Appearances can also be very deceiving. Number 10, respect for a teacher. Don't accept something simply out of respect for or faith in a teacher, even the Buddha himself. Authority should not override personal investigation. So these are the 10 criteria that Buddha actually explains to the Kalama. So that's it. The criteria for rejection. Sorry. So Buddha also says the can you see the black thing on my
Yes.
okay. The criterion for rejection is devoid of virtue, sila. The Buddha establishes that action and teaching should be rejected when they arise from greed, hatred, and delusion, lead to harmful action, that is killing, stealing, adultery, and lying, result in personal and social harm, are censored by the wise, lead to long-term suffering and unhappiness on self and community. Then the criterion for acceptance, if comprising virtues. Conversely, teaching and action should be accepted when they arise from the absence of greed, hatred, and delusion, lead to beneficial action and positive behavior, result in personal and social benefits, are praised by the wise, lead to long-term well-being and happiness on self and community. So that round up, thank you very much. That's the end.
Okay, good try. So if such question come out, you can use this as a sample for you to answer. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Happy New Year to everyone. I forgot to wish you all just now.
I continue another 4 more verses. Please bear with me. I think you'll hit to 5 p.m.
Okay.
Can take it, everyone.
No worries. Go ahead.
Okay, we start with verse 121. Mava mantenta papa sa na madam agamisati uda bindu ni patena uda kumwohipi urati balo urati papa sa tokampi achinam. Okay, it said basically translate as one should not think lightly of doing evil. One should not think lightly of doing evil. Imagine, a little will not affect me, just as a water jar is filled up, falling drops of rain, and so also the fool is filled up with evil by accumulating it little by little. So is if one does not think that you do evil of little, it's like comparing that doing little, it will not harm you, but you have to just take a simile like a water jar. It's filled up by, let's say, by rainwater. Every drop of rainwater, it will slowly fill up the whole jar. If by the time, from the starting of a drop to the last drop. So if you want to do evil, it will slowly cover up the exactly like a whole jar. Okay, literally say about this doing evil things. So we look into the verse. Sorry, this one, I don't think I have this one, the MB, they don't provide the breakdown. So this was taken from so-called this Taiwanese website about Pali one. So we look at the Amaneta. Amaneta, this one. Is to disregard or to consider insignificant. That means if you think that doing bit by bit is of little insignificant to you, then you're talking about evil thing. Then papasa. When you see the word papa, it means evil. So when you do this one, if you're doing evil bit by bit, you think it will not harm you. Agamisati means will come. This one. So if you do evil bit by bit, it will come to you one day. Uda pimuti patena or uda bin puni pata. I mean, fall of water drop. Okay, this one. Drop by drop, you accumulate and will result rising out of the whole jar, the evil. So it will be filled up to the brim. So remember this one, referring to falling drop, drop by drop. Then Uda Kumo. Oh, this one. This is drop by drop. This is a water jar, comparable to a water jar, filling drop by drop to the brim. And Kumba is a jar. There's a Kumba. Here don't have. Urati means fool. This one fool. Balo is a foolish guy. Then Tokam, little by little. Little by little, it will fill up. Then Achinan, gather collecting. Okay, so basically you need to know this. Vama Tena, remember? This is what I mean. insignificant, if you consider insignificant of committing this evil, and then is comparable to filling up the jar, the raindrop, drop by drop, until it fill up the whole jar. That's the thinking of these foolish people. That means they never expect this thing to be filled up. So all these so-called keyword, please try to remember it. Okay? Sorry, I don't have the MB. MB never published this particular verse. So we have to use a Taiwanese website. They use this breaking down of all these words. And we just form the sentence. So one should not think lightly of doing evil. It's like imagine a little will not affect me, just as a water jar fill up falling drop of rain. So also the fool is filled up by evil by accumulating little by little. Okay? You got it? Then we will listen to the chanting. So, okay, and going this is a complementary of, it's opposite of this one. Okay, we come to the next verse, verse 122. Okay, Mavam mate ta punasa na mam tam angami sati. Okay, quite similar to the top one. Uda binu ni patena. Uda kum wo pi purati. Diro purati punasa toka tokampi achanam. Okay, it's similar to quite similar to the top. Okay, here's the opposite. Do not disregard goodness. I mean, doing good deeds. It will not come to me. The falling drops of, is still saying, falling drops of water can fill up even a water jar. So a clever one will fill himself with goodness, even if collecting it just little by little. So that means the previous one, he think that commit evil by little is insignificant. But now this one, if you disregard the goodness, that it will not come good to you, but it's exactly like falling drop of water that fill up the whole water jar. So when you are a clever one, just doing a good little by little, it's like collecting water till it brims. Okay, so basically it's the complement of the other one. So we look at the breaking down of all these verses. Ma, on top ma, this one MA, is referring as not or do not. Avamatena means disregard. Okay? Not disregard. Punasa means good deed. Okay? Papa is bad, so good deed. Punasa is good deed. Namam tam. Na means not, mam means it's a singular one, it's I. I and that. Okay? So next one, Agimisati will come. Amigasati. Amigasati. So when you're doing this good deed, it will come slowly by slowly. Uda bimpuni patena. 4 of drops. As earlier one also have this one. 4 of water drop. I mean, bit by bit. Okay. Then Uda Kumbo. Water jar. This one, water jar. P is also. Purati, it will be full. Then Diro means wise or clever. Purati. Okay, full. This is called wise. If you're wise, then Tika Otam, come. Little by little. Okay. Then Achinam means gathering, collect. Slowly you collect until full. Okay. I mean, we're doing good. Bit by bit, you think you will not come the good one, but with each falling drop of water into the jar, it will fill up to the top. So the wise one will able to see for himself the goodness, just doing it bit by bit. Okay? So we need to look at the storyline behind it. The storyline is that a certain man from the city of Savatthi wanted to give in charity. So this man from Savatthi especially he wanted to get others to do so. He also very encouraging. He want to get others to join him. So he invited the Buddha with the monks for meal the next day. He went around his neighbors and asked them to contribute if they want to participate in the almsgiving. So one rich man thought that this man does not have enough money to do it himself, and he was unhappy about this. So this man had a bad thinking. He think this man got not enough money, so he not going to help so much. So he contribute only a little amount of food, and his contribution was kept separately and was not put together with the food that others contribute. So this rich man thought that the man wanted others to know that that this particular is a rich man, has given only such a little amount. So the next day, he sent a servant over to a house where the alms were being given and told him to observe everything. The servant told the rich man that his food was distributed in small amount into everything. This was done so that the rich man could gain a lot of merit. But he did not understand that. And the next day he went to the man's house intending to kill him if he dared not to reveal what he offered so little. But the man told him the true reason of his action. The rich man realized that his evil thoughts and apologized to the man. So Buddha heard this and told the rich man this verse, saying that he should not disregard good deeds even if they seem small. Someday, doing of good deeds will become a habit and thus can perform a big good deed. So this rich man is a very fussy kind. So he thought that the amount to contribute that make him think of this. So when you're performing dana, you give with no attachment, with no wants, with no nothing in return. So as a Buddhist, we should have this kind of thoughts, especially when you giving dana to the sasana. Please don't have harbor all these bad thoughts. It's very bad for you. Even if you give already, the merits will not kind of great kind that will benefit you. So we give willingly, and don't go and think all about all this negative or little or more. Okay, as long as you give, it's a good thing. So basically, it's thinking about the storyline behind this. So Buddha thought that whatever you are, whether rich or poor man, as long as you give with a good-hearted thing, then all these things are benefit to you. Okay, so we listen to the chanting of this particular one. So this complete verse 122. We will go to the next one. Next one is verse 127. Na ata like na samu da macha na paba tanam vivaram pavisa na vijati so jaga tipa deso yata tito mucheya papa kama. Okay, quite long. So basically translate as not in the air, not in the middle of the ocean, not entering the hole of in the mountains. Then there's no place in the world where being one would be released from the consequence of evil deeds. I mean, you cannot hide, not in the air, not in the middle of the ocean, not in the hole on the mountain, and there's no place when your karma ripen, there's no place in the world where being one who would be released from the evil of these evil deeds, the consequence of evil deeds. Okay? So we look at the breakdown of the word. Na means not. Atalike. Atalike, not atalike. Atalike means sky or atmosphere. So atalike is the sky, not the sky. Then samudamache. This one say is the middle of the ocean. Even not in the middle of the ocean. And then Pama, Paba, Tanam means mountain. So not in the mountain. So these are three places you couldn't hide. In the sky, in the ocean, in the mountain. So keyword, this one have to remember keywords. Vivara means the whole. Vivara means the whole. Okay, this is the whole of the mountain. Then Avivisa, having entered, even enter the whole of the mountain. Then Vijati means exist or found. Ana, not found. So it. Then Jagati Padeso means a place in the world. So I mean a place in the world. There's no place in the world where you can escape from the evil deeds. Then Yata Tito, where been is a compound of Yata, where been. Okay. Then next one, Mucheya can be released. So there's no way in this world you can escape and get released when you do the papa karma, mean evil deed. Okay. So there's no pain in the world where being one will release from the evil deeds. I mean, you cannot hide in the air, not in the middle ocean, not in the whole of the mountain. There's no place in the world when one will do the evil to release from the consequences. Okay, so basically 127 is like that. So the storyline, what is it about? So this still refers to the monks. 3 groups of monks were traveling far away to see the Buddha. On the way, strange things happened to them. The first group stayed in the village on their way. Some people were cooking meal when their hut caught fire and burned. A crow was flying over the place, got caught in the fire and died. When they met the Buddha, he told them this story. One farmer had a very lazy ox. It could not work. It would only lie down, eat, and sleep. The farmer once got so angry that he put a rope around the neck of the animal and set fire on it. So the ox died. Because of this, the farmer was reborn as a crow and died in the fire himself. So these are related. Then the first one caught in the fire. Then because this crow was flying over the place. So it's a past story that relate to the present. The second group took a boat in the middle ocean. The ship would not suddenly move. They searched for the unlucky person who is causing this to happen. 3 times lots were drawn, and 3 times it fell on the captain's wife. So in the end, they tied a knot of sand to her neck and drowned her. The ship then continued to the port safely, and the monks got to see the Buddha. So Buddha told them that once there was a woman who had a pet dog. The dog would follow her everywhere. It just would not stay away even for a moment. Some people were making fun of her, so she felt ashamed and tied a pot of sand round the dog's neck and drowned it. Because of this, she was reborn as that unlucky woman that was drowned by other people. So basically, it's a repercussion from the past, and then it come and surface and take revenge in the present moment. Then the third group of 7 monks stay in the cave overnight. In the middle of night, a big rock fell from the mountain above and blocked the entrance into the cave. Then these people discovered them in the morning and tried to move the rock, but they were unable to do so. Then only on the 7th day, they moved the rock away and the monks were free. Then they approached Buddha again. To them, the Buddha related the story of 7 cowherds who chased an iguana into the mall and for all the fun closed all the entrances. So this cowherd make fun of an iguana. So they close all the hole for the iguana to come out. So they let the iguana out only after the 7th day. So in this life, they will reborn as a 7 monk and were trapped in the cave for a week. At the end, Buddha said this verse, saying that one can never escape the consequence of evil deeds. They will find us anywhere. Nobody can hide from them. Even in the air, ocean, or in the cave, the consequence will befall us surely. I mean, you commit evil, the thing will come and haunt you in the next life. You cannot escape one. Okay, so basically you need to know all the keywords. So 127, you listen to the first. Okay, so finish one, verse 127, we come to the last one. Udakam hi nayanti netika usukara namayanti te janam darum namayanti tachaka atanam damayanti subata. So literally translate as irrigators lead the water. Okay, I mean those in the farmer will open canal to lead the water to the rice field. Arrow makers bend arrow shaft. I mean arrow maker make the bow. Carpenter bend wood. Virtuous one master themselves. So basically, he's talking about the skill of individual trade. So it's comparable to a virtuous one who overcome all the bad one to do good. So we look into the each word what it means. Udakam means water. Udakam means water. He means indeed. He means indeed. Nayanti. This lead. Nayanti means lead. Lead the water. Niteka means irrigating. Niteka, this irrigating. Usukara. Usukara means arrow maker. So this irrigator, this arrow maker. Usukara. And then Namayanti. Namayanti means bend. So arrow maker make bend. Okay, make bend. Tejana, the shaft of an arrow. Shaft of an arrow. Daru means wood. Okay. Then Namayanti, same as above, bend, and the carpenter, carpenter, bend the wood, this one bend the arrow, one bend the wood, carpenter, And then Atta means oneself. Damayanti means subdue. Sapata means virtuous. So the other one is the virtuous one, will subdue the own self, control himself. So there's a storyline behind verse 145. Venerable Sariputta once had a very young novice. His name was Suka. One day he went to Sariputta on his arms round. He observed irrigators irrigating the fields, arrow makers making the arrows, and carpenters working with wood. He asked Venerable Sariputta if those things which have no mind could be guided to wherever one wishes. So he observed all these various traits and then asked Sariputta all these questions. Sariputta replied that it is so. And the young novice thought that if those things which have no mind can be guided to wherever one wishes, then why could not I master myself? He was talking about himself, whether he can direct his mind also into one thing. So he then asked permission from Sariputta and returned to the monastery and diligently practiced. He was about to attain arahantship when Sariputta returned and was going towards the novice hut. So Sariputta still not the kind of standard yet. So Buddha saw this and he also saw that the novice was just about to attain the goal. So he met Sariputta outside and prevented him from going to a novice to disturb him by asking him various questions. So the novice in the meanwhile, indeed attained arahantship very soon. And the Buddha explained that the reason why he kept Sariputta outside was to enable the young novice to attain his goal without being interrupted. So this is one of the quite famous Dhammapada. My time ever come out for doing exam. So this is another thing that once you straighten your mind, you can do whatever you want. Okay, we listen to the chanting. Okay, so with this, we complete all the verses. So homework for should be Brother Golden. Tutorial question. What is a model containing missing there in the Dhammapada stanza? Okay, this is in I think 127. Okay, so Brother Ko can do this.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay, so with this we stop here and then we'll see you after Chinese New Year. So wish everyone a happy and prosperous Chinese New Year. Thank you.